grading the most controversial NBA offseason moves.
All right, first up, let's talk about Paul George to the 76ers. What do we think?
I mean, for Paul George, of course I like him. This man's getting look at this man. This man's getting like the entire bag thrown at him by the city of Philadelphia just so that they can get Joel Embiid past the second round. I mean, what kind of an amazing bag is that? And guess what? The funniest part is they're staying stuck in the second round at the end of all of this, so it doesn't even matter. It's just free money for Paul George to go. The only thing that might be sucking is that he might have to do his podcast virtually nowadays. But like, besides that, like, come on. Like, that's amazing for Paul George. Completely horrible by the Clippers. The Clippers invested so much money in this new stadium and all this stuff. They have the whole idea of marketability to have Paul George and Kawhi there. Like, Steve Ballmer, come on, man. Like, you can pay up. You have the money. That's just complete failure. I don't even know what to say about that.
In my opinion, I think the Clippers definitely they put themselves in a weird position because they're in the middle now. Like, they could have completely decided to blow it up, maybe send Kawhi out on his way, completely rebuild from the beginning. And I would have understood that because, this Clippers team hasn't been able to win anything. They haven't been able to stay healthy. But to just trade Paul George away and keep Kawhi, are you okay with winning 42 games a season? Kawhi's probably going to get injured in the playoffs again. You're not going to have him again. I have to give this like a C-. I mean, like, you didn't really even get anything for Paul George. He left as a free agent. On the 76ers end, though, I do like the Embiid hate. Paul George, I mean, this could be the best, third option that the 76ers have had since, since Jimmy Butler. And if it wasn't for a crazy shot by Kawhi himself, for the 76ers themselves, I mean, he fits perfectly. He fits like a glove. They needed a small forward, someone that can create as well. Especially, if Embiid gets hurt, you have Maxey and Paul George bring some defense as well. For the 76ers, I'll give it a B+.
A- for Paul George, so much money, but as you know, the podcast relocation. B+ move to an A move for the 76ers, and like a C- for the Clippers as well. Next up, we have Bronny James being drafted.
This is
55th.
This is a D- grade all day. I mean, there are so many players that could be used to be drafted with that 55th overall pick. And you pick Bronny James?
Who's picking, bro?
He averaged 4 points per game in college. Come on, man.
Like, everyone, when they get 55th pick, they barely average any points in the NBA anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
I mean, I know the Wizards picked a guy with the 57th overall pick, and he has, he's in the second division of Spain right now. Look, I get it. They did it because it's LeBron's son. It's very cool, very marketable, very nice, to see a father and son play on the same team, right? I love that. But have you been seeing the Summer League performances? Are we really thinking that Bronny's going to turn into, maybe.
He's shooting like Clay, so that's a good sign. He's shooting like.
You don't want to shoot like Clay nowadays. You don't want to shoot like Clay. It's gonna take a lot of development from where we are right now. I mean, he doesn't even touch the ball, and when he does, he's not making the shot.
Look, he's a C-tier player. All right, he's not. I don't say he's D-. I wouldn't say he's anything A+. He's C. Maybe he could potentially be, in terms of value, one day maybe closer to a B+ or A-. I think that could happen one day, but right now I'm looking at it. The way he's playing the game the right way. He's actually, when he's getting open looks, he's shooting them. They're just not falling. All his three-pointers are short. I don't know what it is. Maybe he needs to get more in the gym, or maybe he needs to just get more accustomed to those pressure situations since he is a bit undersized, has to shoot it higher, right? Fading away slightly in his threes, maybe. That's part of it. But I think that his defense, although there's a lot of work to do, there's a good base there. He's very athletic, very, attentive for the most part.
Next up, we got Klay Thompson going to the Dallas Mavericks.
I grade this. Klay, you shouldn't have bet on yourself, man.
Agreed.
You could have been in California. You could have been riding your boat to come to practice. But now you're in Dallas in that heat. I don't know, man. I don't know. You're kind of just existing down there. It's like Messi going to, it's like Messi going to Inter Miami, but he had no other choice. It's like he was forced to retire. I don't know. I think he would be a good fit in terms of shooting, but in terms of defense, the Mavs are already lacking. I would say it's a B- for the Mavs. For the Warriors, I would say this is an A. You had to leave, there is a new changing of the guard. Kuminga's going to be better than Klay next season. I'm going to say it right now.
I 100% agree. And you know what? The Warriors fans, please leave your emotional attachment to Klay behind. I mean, this man, if you've heard the reports coming out of the camps, they were saying he was worse than Draymond behind the scenes. Like, this was good for your organization. He was taking up too many shots and losing you games. And sure, he had a couple of decent games. He had a couple of good shooting nights. He's still Klay. He's very talented, obviously. But the amount of trouble he caused y'all, he went 0-10 in an elimination game. I know you saw all over the internet. But, come on, man. You can't do that in an elimination game. What happened to Game 6 Klay? What happened to the game I loved? And then for the Mavericks, though, well, yeah, as I might have called Klay washed like 20 times in like the last minute, it's still not a bad move for them, It helps buff up their perimeter defense, which they did need. It was clear, like, Luka could not guard a soul in the NBA Finals. Luka was a traffic cone, and Kyrie's really not much better. So for the Warriors, I have to give this a B+. For the Mavericks, I'll give it a solid B+ as well. Sorry.
Next up, we got DeMar DeRozan to the Sacramento Kings.
It just feels like they kind of threw a bag at DeRozan. They're like, hey, you're good. Come play for us, expand our brand type of thing. And, like, look, he's a good scorer. The Kings, they were they missed the playoffs this year. Thing is, with the DeRozan signing, he will help. Thing is, the issue has not been the offense. The offense has been great for the Kings. The issue has been the defense. And the thing is, their best defender, Davion Mitchell, provides nothing on offense. The fit isn't as bad as people make it out to be. Although they will need some shooters, especially, they will definitely need some shooters on the perimeter. They did keep Malik Monk, I believe. Yeah, this isn't exactly what they need. Again, it'll be a nice scorer to take pressure off De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, especially when Sabonis' mid-ranges aren't falling, So I'd have to say this move for the Kings, it's a C+. It's not going to really move the needle. They're not going to win a championship from this move.
It's a B move, all right, for the Kings. For the Bulls, you need to get rid of this man, like, years ago, just because you need to go rebuilding. I don't know what the Bulls are doing. I don't know why they're sitting on their hands. Zach LaVine, who wants Zach LaVine now, bro? Like, honestly, I don't understand what the Bulls are doing. I'm probably giving it an F for the Bulls only because they took so long to do it. What are you even getting back in value? It's not worth it. DeMar DeRozan's value peaked 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. At least two years ago, he was what, like 30 point per game scorer or something in 2022 season? I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand why they sat on their hands so long.
They wanted to believe in that Lonzo would come back one day.
It's over. Caruso's gone too. They could have done all this earlier. It's really just mind-boggling.
Yeah, pretty bad work from the Bulls front office.
Yeah, but the Kings, they might come back to being like they were in 2023. Maybe they'll have like a fun playoff push.
They might win one series.
Yeah, they may. It could be cool. I think those games will be fun to watch, but
they'll be fun to watch. They just won't win them anything.
Yeah.
All right, next up, let's talk about the Jalen Brunson extension.
All right, I think we can agree. This is a consensus A+ for the Knicks. They needed to. They found their superstar.
Yeah.
These Knicks fans are like, he's better than Carmelo Anthony. That's what they're saying.
And as a big Carmelo Anthony fan, I might have to agree.
The chemistry is so much better. At least
he's hooping with his friends.
Exactly. Melo, you can call him probably one of the most selfish superstars, but behind Kobe and MJ. But, come on. Brunson's just having fun, and he's not, the type of person to get mad if someone else steals the spotlight, and no one is stealing it from him anyways. Everyone's supportive of him there. And,
that Knicks team is stacked now because of him. Guys are taking pay cuts. These guys really love each other. You can tell, from their social media banter, and, it's just a really good locker room. As long as Tibbs doesn't play them 57 minutes a night, this team should do good things. I genuinely believe that.
Next, we have Dirk Nowitzki to the Golden State Warriors. That's what Utah's treating him like. They want Brandon Pajemski. They want Moses Moody, Kuminga, 2 first-round picks. What is going on, man?
If the Warriors do that trade, that's an F. Oh, my God. We already saw, how much it hurt them, when they traded, a young piece in Jordan Poole and, chose Draymond Green over him. And now you're telling me they're going to trade their entire young core when, look, I love Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a great player, but he's 37. Why are you? Okay, you're in a win now mode. Okay,
he's 37 now.
36. I don't know. Sorry, I might have gotten it wrong. But
no, you might be right. He might be 37 this year. I don't even remember.
Dude, I don't. Whatever.
He's 40. I don't even know.
The point is, he's old, and look, you're you're gonna win. You're still gonna, you still want to maximize what you can win with Curry, but at this cost, come on, like you got to keep your young core. You got to develop these guys. You got to make sure you're good after Curry retires. Like you don't want to be like the Bulls who were a mess after MJ retired. Yeah, and then obviously the Jazz pulled that robbery off A+, but
This is peak trolling for the Jazz. A+ trolling. I don't even know.
hey, you gotta love Danny Ainge, man.
I'll say for the Warriors is like a D or maybe C minus. It can work out. I would think this would put them in contention for maybe the Western Conference Finals, I guess.
Like, I don't think the thing is they want to win an NBA championship. They're not going to win an NBA championship just because of Lauri Markkanen. And last but not least, we got Russell Westbrook to the Denver Nuggets potentially.
Dude, what is with Westbrook and scamming these playmakers, bro? You got Jokic after getting LeBron now. I don't know why LeBron and Jokic want this man so much, man. It doesn't make sense to any outside observer. It makes no sense. We saw what happened with LeBron and Westbrook. We saw what happens when you have someone who can't do anything but drive consistently and who really needs the ball in his hands when there's another superstar who's much better with their ball in their hands. Like, come on, what is this?
In all fairness, the Lakers make good shooters bad and bad shooters worse. But, like, I don't know. The spacing's going to be weird with this. I mean, Westbrook is getting up there in age. I mean, it might not be a terrible idea on a cheap contract, but, I mean, like, he could be a good scorer off the bench. It's just, like, he might also lose you a game here or there, too. So
you think the Lakers only won one game against the Nuggets? Next time it's going to be the other way around. Thank you, Westbrook.
All right, I don't know about that, but, like, listen, but Westbrook, Russell Westbrook in the big 2024, I don't know. For the Denver Nuggets, I'd have to, I mean, I guess it can't hurt for the really low price, but I'll give it like a B minus. I mean, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe, follow, whatever you need to do. And comment down below what you guys would have graded these moves.